Hello everyone, this is Saraf. I am a first year student at the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Kharagpur, and here I am with the second assignment of the DIY lab project, and I have come up with a temperature controlled fan. So the utility of this is you won't have to control the speed of the fan manually using the regulators, conventional regulators, and depending on the temperature, maybe during the early morning hours the speed of the fan will be low, and during afternoon the speed of the fan can be high depending on, of course, the temperature. And also during the winters the fan may be switched off or maybe running at a lower speed. So all these processes can be automated without manual intervention. So a basic introduction about this circuit, and I have used Arduino R3 microcontroller in the board, and this is a very popular microcontroller. And apart from that, I have used a DC motor which we will use to simulate the fan. Also there is an LED screen for better viewership, and so that the data is equal to how much the fan is running and what is the temperature and all. And this is the main brain of this circuit, that is the temperature sensor. It is going to sense the atmospheric temperature and return the value to the microcontroller. And finally we have one push button here that will help us in switching on and switching off the fan. Now coming to the wiring, we have the positive and negative terminals connected to the breadboard, and which are in turn connected to the positive and negative terminal of the Arduino board. And here, as you can see, the rails of the breadboard are supplied with this, and the negative terminal of the motor is connected to the ground terminal of the breadboard, and the positive terminal is connected to the Arduino, that is the 10th pin, digital pin. Sorry, it's a PWM pin. And yes, this LCD has a lot of pins, including the read and write pins, and also the power enable pins. And we use the PWM pins of the Arduino, like the pins number 5 and 6 and other PWM pins, to supply the data to the LCD so that we can print it. This temperature sensor also has 3 terminals. One is the positive terminal, that is the power, and this is the ground, that is the black one, and this output terminal, that is the V out. This terminal is connected to the analog pins of the Arduino so that we can receive the data of the temperature. Now coming to the code part. So the code is pretty simple, and one of the modules we have used is the LCD module that will help us to drive this particular LCD, and the various pin numbers are given here. That is the A0 is the analog 0th analog pin, where we will receive the temperature data, and similar to other pins. And in the void setup function, we have set up the various pin modes, that is the fan will be the output pin, the LED will also be the output pin, and the temperature sensor pin will be the input pin. And here we have added an interrupt, where if the stop button is pressed, then the fan will stop. In the void loop function, we continuously read the value of the temperature received from the temperature sensor, and according to that we decide what will be the speed of the speed of the fan. And here, as you can see, the temperature is less than a minimum value, then the fan will be switched off, the speed will be 0. And similarly, if it's above a certain speed, the fan will be set in full speed. In between, the value of the fan speed has to be supplied by mapping it to the particular temperature value received from the sensor, and hence we achieve it via the PWM bits of the Arduino. And similarly, this is the various printing things we are achieving here. On the LCD, that we are printing the temperature and we are printing the corresponding speed of the fan. And also we have a stop fan function where, as we discussed earlier, the fan will be stopped if the button is pressed. So let's get straight away into the simulation. So yes, I have switched on the simulation, and as you can see, for this particular temperature the fan speed is about 73% and the RPM is about 4000 RPM. So let me decrease the temperature. Let's see what happens. So yes, I have decreased the temperature quite a lot, and the speed of the fan is showing 21%, and like it's so less, the RPM is almost 0, so we are not able to see it running. Let's see what's the temperature. It's about minus 21 degrees Celsius, so you can expect that the fan won't be running. So let us increase the temperature, and the temperature is very high right now. The fan speed is showing 100%, and let's see the RPM. It is around 5000 RPM. So as you can see, the fan can be turned off. It can be used for intermediate value as well as it can be used for high speed value. So this was pretty much. I thank you for your attention, and if you have any queries, you can let me know in the comments. Thank you so much.